Have you ever tried to have a dream so particular and so big, and then realize someone is actually living it? Hi.
And on top, grated dried
I had the incredible privilege of experiencing just that. I mean, how can you not be jealous, like secretly jealous? And I have been for many years. Now, this place is so far north that in Norway, the region is called Nordland, Northernland. We are past the polar circle. We are truly in the middle of nowhere. And there's something about the experience that you have when you eat in a restaurant that demands of you to get so much off the treaded path and go so far away into some strange place that it puts your mind into a different mindset. And you experience things fully if you're capable of detaching. Halva is a big man, and he's a great man. He worked around, as you should, top restaurants, and then returned to his roots. And the cooking philosophy is exactly what was my dream, which was to say, let us have the produce be the main protagonist. Let's not have us, the chefs, the kitchen, and the ego be the main protagonist. And the most intelligent way to do so is to move the craft from being only in the kitchen to spreading from the kitchen towards the land. So you, as a chef, connect yourself with where the food comes from, where the produce comes from. I believe that creates a different sensibility towards the quality of the produce. And in the end, particularly for a setting like the one of Kvitnes, creates a very special experience. What got me into cooking professionally was a longing for this community that I saw gathering around traditional cooking that sat just between agriculture and gastronomy. Passata, the cooking of tomatoes, from my childhood. I can smell it just by thinking about it. As soon as I had the opportunity, I quickly shifted towards something more based on agriculture. And I think that my childhood experience was what I was looking to replicate when I established Farm of Ideas in 2016. Culturally, something where you look back at a time when things were not so busy. I was invited to talk for an event, a symposium, because I'm now the talking kind of chef, more than the cooking kind of chef. And I took the opportunity, of course, to eat and enjoy time with the most beautiful woman in the world. The setting was just so special. And what's particular for me is that I am half Norwegian. I mean, I come to Norway, my mother's homeland, with my own longing towards my childhood from my father's homeland, where I was born. And it just hit different. I was forcing this idea, or let's say I was experimenting with this idea, knowing that I was constrained by being in the city, and that being a limitation. It created other possibilities. But I couldn't give that farm experience, even though I dreamt of it.
Så han heter Fernando.
Okay.
Så når vi skulle sende til slakt på høsten, så klarte jo ikke hun det.
Nei.
Så det var bare, nei, hun kan ikke gå. Så han ble en sånn maske.
Whatever makes you competitive, whatever makes you strive for status, to be among the best, is not allowing you to wish for the best for others. We all tend to pretend that we do, because it's common knowledge, and thankfully so, that you shouldn't wish for others to not do well. But I believe within all of us, with great ambition, there's something in there hoping for others not to succeed too much, because you want it. You want to be there. You want to be in their place. You want to get the one Michelin star. You want to get on the podium. It's human nature. Of course, you can carry both. You can have that urge inside of you, but at the same time realize it's not good. You shouldn't feel that way. The problem is how we deal with the feeling, because shame is powerful, but it's not something you can build so much on. It's brittle. It's dangerous. As I walked around on that farm, I was genuinely proud of what this man was doing on his behalf. I never fulfilled my dream. It was an attempt. I established a farm that ended up being 50 hectares. It's enormous, so complicated. And it was all a dream. And I was chasing a dream, and I was chasing something that I felt meant a lot to me, but I didn't realize why and how. At the time, expansion and search and adventure was how I would try and understand myself. But today, it's more about introspection, reflection, and thinking back. Why did I do these things? Why did I want that?
Så her blir det en sånn moderne jordkjeller med liksom det modningsrommet med skinke som henger der. Ja.
Halva and his team received a Michelin star this year, and I believe it makes them the most northern Michelin star restaurant in the world, which is an achievement. We were there end of April, and even in Copenhagen, we had the sense that spring was coming. But we arrived to Kvitnes, where nothing's growing yet. I mean, the season they have there is so short, it's a blink of an eye between complete darkness and the next set of complete darkness. And this allows for the restaurant to be an exercise in frugal creativity, in making the most out of the least. It's not less is more. It's nothing out of, it's much more less is more. Now what Halvar does is returning to his roots in the house that his great-grandfather built, and has created a restaurant that is as much farm to table as you possibly ever could dream of. At Kvitnes, you sense a nostalgic return to the past, return to the cooking from the land, the cooking that was the creative engine that was to make delicacies out of the very few ingredients you had. And they play this masterfully. Halva calls himself lazy. They don't want to do too much with the produce. And I think that that is the right approach. Because being lazy means letting the food do its own work. Let it sing its own song. So we tell ourselves, I just wish for the best of others. And inside, something else is going on. I've always been split between wanting to be truthful and authentic and say what I think, but also not appreciating what I felt inside. So I wouldn't want to share it. I wouldn't want to say it. With a long life as an ambitious restaurateur and chef, I have been to many galas and events, and I've always been a part of that system where you are out there. It's the zero-sum game. You just wanna have a piece of it. And I'm not here to say that you shouldn't be a part of the game or that you shouldn't appreciate those things. It's one of the first times that I experience to truly feel liberated from the restaurant industry, and therefore to be truly capable of enjoying it. I don't need to compete with anybody anymore. There's no reason for envy. And I remind myself in the short moments I have where I'm feeling, wow, I miss this. I would do that, I would change this. There is just so much hard work behind what these people are doing that it's absolutely mind-blowing. They so deserve the Michelin star. They deserve much more. And I honestly and truly wish for them the greatest success.